Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic that has shaped the world we live in, the Cold War and its profound impact on international relations. In this video, we'll explore the key events, major players, and lasting consequences of this ideological standoff between the United States and the Soviet Union. In this video, we'll explore the key events, major players, and lasting consequences of this ideological standoff between the United States and the Soviet Union. So, let's jump right in. To truly understand the Cold War's impact on international relations, we must first grasp the historical context that led to this prolonged conflict. The aftermath of World War II set the stage for a bipolar world order, with the United States championing capitalism and democracy, and the Soviet Union promoting communism. Tensions soon emerged, fueled by ideological differences, territorial disputes, and the arms race. Let's explore some key events that defined the Cold War and shaped international relations during this period. Yalta Conference, 1945. The Yalta Conference, held towards the end of World War II, was a meeting between the leaders of the Allied powers, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Winston Churchill, and Joseph. Despite cooperating to defeat Nazi Germany, ideological differences emerged, sowing the seeds of future conflict. Iron Curtain and Truman Doctrine, 1946. In 1946, former British Prime Minister Winston Churchill delivered his famous Iron Curtain speech, highlighting the division between Western Europe and the Eastern Bloc. Shortly after, President Harry Truman introduced the Truman Doctrine, a policy of containment to prevent the spread of communism, shaping U.S. foreign policy for decades to come. Berlin Blockade and Airlift, 1948 to 1949. The Soviet Union imposed a blockade on West Berlin, cutting off supply routes. In response, the U.S. and its allies conducted a massive airlift, ensuring the city's survival. This event symbolized the determination of the West to resist Soviet expansion and solidify the division of Germany. Korean War, 1950 to 1953. The Korean War was a direct confrontation between the United States and its allies supporting South Korea and China supporting North Korea. The conflict showcased the proxy warfare that characterized the Cold War era and heightened global tensions. Cuban Missile Crisis, 1962. The Cuban Missile Crisis brought the world to the brink of nuclear war. The U.S. discovered Soviet missiles in Cuba, leading to a tense standoff. Ultimately, both superpowers stepped back, but the event highlighted the dangers of nuclear weapons and led to improved communication channels. Now that we've explored some key events, let's delve into the human impact of the Cold War on international relations. Arms race and nuclear deterrence. The United States and the Soviet Union engaged in a relentless arms race, accumulating vast nuclear arsenals as a means of deterrence. This led to the development of the concept of mutually assured destruction, MAD, where the fear of nuclear annihilation prevented direct confrontation but created a constant state of tension. Proxy wars. The Cold War era witnessed numerous proxy wars fought between the superpowers' allies. Examples include conflicts in Vietnam, Afghanistan, and Angola. These proxy wars not only caused immense suffering but also perpetuated geopolitical instability in different regions. Division of the world. The Cold War divided the world into two distinct spheres of influence. The United States and its allies formed the Western Bloc, known as the capitalist or democratic bloc. While the Soviet Union and its allies constituted the Eastern Bloc, characterized by communist regimes. Space race and technological advancements. The Cold War fueled a fierce competition between the United States and the Soviet Union in the realm of space exploration. Achievements such as the Soviet launch of Sputnik in the U.S. moon landing not only showcased technological prowess but also had significant propaganda value, shaping international perceptions of each superpower. Cold War alliances. The Cold War led to the formation of various alliances, such as NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and the Warsaw Pact. These alliances served as military and political structures that aligned countries with either the United States or the Soviet Union, amplifying the global power struggle. Now, let's examine the lasting consequences of the Cold War on international relations that still reverberate today. Globalization and interconnectedness. The Cold War created a bipolar world that shaped global affairs for several decades, influencing economic, political, and cultural interactions. The era following the Cold War saw increased globalization, as countries sought to foster economic ties and interconnectivity to prevent conflicts and promote cooperation. Nuclear nonproliferation and arms control. The fear of nuclear annihilation during the Cold War led to international efforts to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons. Treaties and agreements, such as the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty and Strategic Arms Limitation Talks, SALT, aim to curb the proliferation of nuclear weapons and reduce tensions between the superpowers. Geopolitical realignment. With the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, the world witnessed a major geopolitical realignment. Former Eastern Bloc countries transitioned towards democracy and embraced market economies, while some faced significant challenges during this transformation. End of bipolarity and rise of new powers. The end of the Cold War marked the decline of the bipolar world order, leading to the emergence of new powers on the global stage.